Hello and welcome to another video of ConfigBot for ServiceNow. In this demo, I'll show you how to use Content Debugging module in ConfigBot for ServiceNow to quickly identify which user has access to a knowledge article or a catalog item/record producer. Typically, identifying this information requires opening each record individually to verify whether a user has read, contribute, or availability permissions across knowledge bases, knowledge articles, or catalog items/record producers. Instead, I use ConfigBot to automate this process. Let's begin. This is the main login page of ConfigBot. Enter your username and password, then click
Submit.
Once logged in, you will see the main dashboard with different modules. Navigate to Platform and then click on Content Debugging module tile. To add new iteration, click on the Add Iteration button. Here, add an iteration number, select your workspace, or create new workspace, enter the host address, choose the instance type, and provide your company ID. Enter your username, and at last you can write any relevant description according to your execution, and click Submit to create the iteration. Now you can see an iteration is created. Open the workbook and notice that the workbook tabs are empty. Now back in your workspace, click at the hamburger menu and select the Generate Workbook option. Enter your ServiceNow password and add relevant notes. Finally, select Workbook IntelliSense box and click at Confirm and Start button to process execution. Once the processing status is completed, open the workbook and notice that the data has been successfully pulled in the tabs by the bot. Next, we will fill the sheet by giving user ID and the article number or catalog item/record producer name for which we want to verify user criteria and knowledge/catalog item access in their respective sheet. In my case, I selected 2 knowledge articles and some users against those I want to verify access. Make sure to pending the processing status for automation. Same I did in catalog item sheet. I selected 1 record from the drop-down and specified user ID in column C and pending the processing status. Go back to Workspace, click at Hamburger menu and select Start Configuration option. Enter your ServiceNow password and add relevant notes. Check Select All box and click at Confirm and Start button to process execution. Click on the eye icon to view progress. Here we can see the execution details in depth. You can see the total execution time, the sheet on which bot is working, tracking IDs and logs. Once the status changes to complete, open Workbook and go to Sheet Debug Knowledge Article. Here you can see user is active. User can read knowledge base with yes and no. Same for KB cannot read, KB can contribute, and KB cannot contribute. Also, knowledge article can read and cannot read. For verification, we will navigate to column F, where we can see the link to record. Click on any link. The record is open in the instance you can see. Go back to Sheet and select a user. Check that the user has access. In column L it says yes, means the user falls in the KB can read user criteria. Let's verify on instance. Copy user ID, go to the record link, impersonate user. You can see Bud Richmond can read the article. Let's verify with another user that falls is KB cannot read user criteria with same process. Copy user ID, go back to record an instance, impersonate user, refresh the page. You can see Jimmy Barninger has no access to knowledge article. Now, let's verify the catalog item. Navigate to Debug Catalog Item Sheet and verify which user falls in available for and not available for user criteria by navigating to column L and M. We can also verify it on instance by clicking on the link given in column F. It will redirect to Employee Center in the instance. You can see current login person has no access to record. Back to Worksheet, copy user ID of the user that falls in available for criteria and impersonate in the Employee Center. You can see Bud Richmond falls in available for user criteria. Refresh the window and verify that Bud Richmond has access to the catalog item. Now we will verify with user that fall in not available for user criteria. Copy that user ID, navigate to Employee Center and impersonate that user. Back to record and refresh the window, we can see Ross Spurger has no access to catalog item. Look how easily we can verify hundreds or user access to records in a single automation by using this module. Thank you for watching.